loaded show today. I think this is the first time.
Full lineup.
Yeah, I think this is the first time we had a full lineup. Got my boy Greg next to me. Y'all know Smurf. And my boy Joe. And we got a lot to talk about. NFL Week 4 in the books. But you already know we had to start it off with an off the top. So anybody got an off the top?
I got an off the top.
All right. Talk to me. I'll talk back.
Okay, so my off the top has to deal with iPhones, which is the best phone ever created, by the way. It is.
This guy.
Okay, so I don't know if this is a problem with Androids or anything, but here's what happened. This happened to me yesterday. I was getting ready to leave my house, and I usually have my phone on silent. My phone is usually on silent, right? So I misplaced my phone in the house and lost it.
Fuck.
So I couldn't find it for 30 minutes. And so this is my gripe. I had on my AirPods, right, with Siri, and I said, "Hey Siri," because you get, it'll talk back. "Hey Siri, take my phone off silent." Sorry, Siri can't do that.
Okay, I changed it.
See what I'm saying? Like, "Hey Siri, can you turn my ringer up?" And she would say something like, "No, I can't do anything like that." And so I'm like, oh my God. I literally went on my computer and I went to find my iPhone, and I still couldn't find it. The only way I found it was just by manually just digging through shit. Like, that has to be a feature on the next iPhone. If it's on silent and you lose it, like, say, "Hey Siri, turn it up louder on my iPhone."
I agree. I think that has to be a feature, and I'm surprised that at this point in time, in the point we live, that our phones, some of our wallets, and like our keys don't have like an alert button of like, "Yo, I can't find it."
Yeah, like, "Where you at?"
Yeah,
ring.
ring,
Alert.
yeah.
And I said, "Hey Siri, alert my phone." And it was like, pinging iPhone 12 Pro Max.
And that was
Marco.
it.
A visit to apple.com should be able to help you with that.
Yo, Apple wild.
Okay, so Android users.
Yeah.
Do you guys have that? If it's on silent and you lose it, how do you recover it? Like, to make a sound like, all right.
Find my
let's get
droid.
I usually don't lose my phone.
I like
Well,
it.
and that's the issue. I lost my phone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, I'm not the only one.
I haven't had a chance to test that feature if it was there. But my issue with iPhone is they're probably excluding these features so they can say, "We'll charge them $1,000 for the new iPhone. We'll add this feature that should have been on it a million times ago."
Yo, that's fair, but I can't talk to my phone. I've got an Android, I can't talk to that. Like, so I lost my phone like 2 weeks ago, same kind of shit. But like, I couldn't find it. It was on silent, like there's nothing we could do. Literally just had to tear up the place to try and find it. Like,
You didn't
I like
talk to your
Android.
Droid pods?
bro, I didn't have them in. I'm not gonna lie, I left them at work.
Nah, for droids they're called Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, yeah, the proper fucking name, thank you.
JBLs.
Yeah. The Bose.
Yeah, the skull candies.
Hey, don't you be hating on them skull candies. They're pretty awful, to be honest.
Anybody else got
Anybody
enough to
else?
talk?
I got a quick one.
Alright, go.
Yo, if you're driving, and especially you're on like an interstate or like some like large road, and you're not going the speed limit, let me clarify. I'm okay if you're speeding. If you're like 5 to 10 over, like that's perfectly fine with me. If you're going any slower than the speed limit, just stop. Just stop driving. Hand your keys over to somebody else. Call a fucking Uber.
You're a menace to society.
You're literally a menace to society. Like, you make the road so unsafe. The amount of times I'm driving, like, down the interstate, and I'm like, wow, why is there all this traffic? Like, there's not that many people here. And then you finally get to the head of it, and there's some guy going 45 in a 65. And you're like, why? There's
That's
like...
what creates traffic, too.
It creates traffic in this town, and it sucks. If you drive that slow, just stop. Just do the rest of us a favor and just stop.
Okay.
One thing I think they need to do, though, is raise the speed limit on... Like, I think 65 is a little too subtle. Like in Texas, I know it's like 85 on their freeways. And it's hardly any traffic because everybody, at least you're going 70.
Or at least have it like the 3 lanes, right? Like the far lane is the speeding lane, which everyone already kind of knows is an unwritten rule. The far left lane, speeding lane.
I hate it when people don't move over and I'm kind of like, I'm coming up.
Yeah.
Like, move over, clear the
Like
lane.
when you're merging into like the highway.
No,
Freeway?
like when you're in the speeding lane.
When you're in the speeding lane, you're going like 80,
The
and
left-
then you come
the
up
left
on
side.
somebody.
Yeah, the far left side,
Yeah.
and you're going 80, and someone's in front of you. If the lane next to you is open, they're supposed to move over and clear the lane,
Right.
and then you can get back on once I pass.
I think if they made a specific speed limits per lane, it'd be a little bit easier to.
Nah.
That'd be harder.
Bruh,
Yeah.
The
drivers
sign
can't,
would be like this big, and then it's just left lane.
people
85.
can't drive the speed limit as it is. Like
Right.
per lane, nah, no way. No way.
Yeah.
I guess so. It's too easy and makes too much sense. It's definitely a bad idea. People will not understand it.
How dare
got-
you make sense, sir?
You got
It
enough
won't
to
work.
talk, Joe?
I'm good.
You?
Mine's just like a quick one-liner. Don't work too hard. It's not worth it.
You text me that.
Yeah. All right, let's get it started.
All right.
So, those that follow the show, everybody watching right now, y'all should know our boy Joe and Greg the Leg. All right? The difference here is Joe's a Steelers fan, and obviously y'all can tell Greg the Leg is a Packers fan. I wish he was y'all kicker, but
Hey, dog.
anyways, we're going to start with that game. Pittsburgh Steelers go up against Green Bay in Green Bay, and honestly, it was a scrimmage. It was like a scrimmage, if you really want to think about it. So I'm going to leave the floor open. Let's start with Joe. I want you to have a quick take and a rundown on the game. Like I said, quick, so we can get this guy in, and then y'all can go at it after that. Give me
I
a
think-
rundown on that game from a Steelers point of view.
Or anything you got to say about the Steelers.
I think in order for a team like the Steelers that are struggling right now to beat a team like the Packers, who are smooth, like buttery smooth right now, you definitely need splash plays, and you need things like picks to turn for a touchdown, the defensive plays for a touchdown. You need those. You're not beating Rodgers without those. Steelers had the opportunity to get one, and although with the way the game played out, I don't think it would have made them win. But it got called back on a fluky penalty. So,
Fluky penalty. Damn, he coming out hot. All right. Quick take. That was a quick take. Greg, what from a Green Bay's point of view, give a quick rundown on the Packers.
So, for me, I have 2 big takeaways. One, our offensive line is playing really, really well. We have 2 rookies in there, and we're missing 2 of our guys, actually. So, the fact that our offensive line, this week against the Steelers and last week against the 49ers, the fact that they held up so well for being such a new unit and such a young unit is really great. The other thing is that for the defense, I'm just a little bit concerned on injuries. We're already down Za'Darius, and then Preston, he's kind of injured, and then Jair's out. So, got to see what's going on with that. Aside from that, I think Packers played pretty well. I felt like the offense, like they were going through the motions more so than anything. Like, there's a lot of times where, like, that's a really good defense, and so it's hard for them to, like, move the ball. But I felt like the
I mean,
Packers
don't get carried away
Hey.
with the whole really good
Hey.
defense. I mean,
bro, that front seven's legit.
well, keep going.
Front 7 for the Steelers.
Oh, yeah, the front 7 for the Steelers is legit. So the fact that offensively
Joe's
our
not
line
happy.
managed with that was really good. There's a couple plays where I felt like we could have really abused having a second option on the team, which we still don't really have. So that's kind of my takeaways from the game. It was a good win.
From a
but
receiving standpoint, pass catching standpoint.
from a receiving
Because that would
standpoint.
probably be Aaron Jones, your second. Technically, he is your he doesn't play receiver, but he would probably be, what he finished last year, what? 3rd in targets, maybe?
Something like that. No, like, we actually split him out wide in a couple of the plays, which I thought was pretty funny. I was like, well, we don't have the wide receivers. Just put him out wide, put A.J. Dillon in the backfield, and then let's go. But, I mean, Aaron Jones is just too good of a runner for us to do that consistently, so.
So just a quick thing, and I'll let you, Hector, say something. How come you didn't come in a sombrero?
Oh, come in partying or what?
No, the
Rodgers
sombrero.
has a guy in the red
Aaron,
zone.
Aaron Jones, you know the whole. There was a bunch of people.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people rocking sombreros.
Because that's his thing. Like, he wants to do that. That's cool. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be doing that with him.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not his
are
thing.
y'all
That's
calling me
actually
out on
our
that right
thing.
now? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I see.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no, let's just pin to the corner real quick.
We're trying to be a bit more PC
Wow.
on this
Wow.
TSR show.
Well, now it's what is
Down
it?
to the white.
Well, now we're done with September. Now it's what's that?
Halloween?
What's that
Ooh, it's...
colorful shit that they were wearing on the side?
Oh, that's Crucial Catch.
Crucial catch.
Crucial Catch.
So what you gotta say about this?
You know, my two big takeaways. Green Bay is a good team. You know, with the injuries that they had on that defense, like you said, Jair going out, I think that's a huge hit as far as on that defense. So we'll see moving forward how long that's going to take away. You know, Green Bay is Green Bay. Like, they're still Green Bay.
Yeah.
And as long as they have Aaron Rodgers, it really doesn't matter what weapons he has. He's still going to be Aaron Rodgers. The knock on Green Bay in the past years has been your defense. It kind of sucks once they're kind of starting to play well that, you know, you have some star guys go down.
Yeah.
In a sense, they are just playing the Steelers. And if you see the Steelers, they got high off their first big win against the Bills. I don't see... Big Ben is like, yeah, you're like 2 years removed. Like, I feel like they kind of did an injustice to the team as far as ownership in not trying to pursue something earlier, a couple years, regardless if Big Ben didn't want to develop them or whatever. Honestly, at the end of the day, when people say shit like that about this QB didn't want to work with that QB, who gives a fuck? Like, at the end of the day, it's like that QB. But I'm just saying it's because that's not his job to do. Obviously, he's still trying to be a starter. So any QB, you know, not any QB, but a lot of QBs, in anybody, in if you're a star player, if you're that guy, you don't want to, like, train your replacement.
I mean,
a lot of
Aaron
guys
Rodgers
don't.
is training Jordan Love just fine.
Yeah, but
All that talking, he...
is that more so because, like, Favre didn't teach me?
Well,
You know what I mean?
Rodgers
So-
was upset about that.
That's what I'm saying. So, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's not your job. That's why you have QB coaches. That's why you have other coaches and staff there in order to teach that QB something. The only thing that the main QB is really going to do is teach him the end game, which is very important. But you can't get mad if he doesn't want to develop you. But that's not... Ben can have his feelings about that, but it's up to the ownership and the organization to be like, we don't care. This guy, like, be honest with yourself.
Well, no, you can't
We still
do that.
we still need to look out for our end for the future as well. When you're not bringing in guys, they're not trying to disrespect Big Ben. They cater to Big Ben in not doing that, but you also hurt your future in not doing so. At least you could try to find someone that, if Big Ben has a season like this or all of a sudden retires and you have nobody, now you're spending years trying to find that star guy. I was just talking about behind the scenes that you don't necessarily need to draft your next franchise QB. But if you can have someone there as you're looking for someone, i.e. like a Ryan Fitzpatrick that can kind of hold the boat up, then... Because you know you already don't have that main thing to get you a championship.
No, I think that's ridiculous, to be honest.
How?
Okay, so let's say you bring in a Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? Like what Washington did, okay? So Washington in the drafts decided, we're not going to draft the QB. We've got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Well, luckily for them, Tyler Heineke's playing well. But imagine he wasn't there. Imagine he wasn't playing well, right? They'd be screwed right now.
But you're proving my point.
Well,
The
no.
Steelers screwed themselves
but
and
hold
not
on,
trying
right?
to find
So they're
somebody.
screwed with him going out. But him being there, right? Let's say Fitzpatrick was still the quarterback for the Washington football team.
Okay.
Do you think they make the playoffs?
No.
Okay. Do you think that
The
they're...
Cowboys run the East.
Hold on. Hold on. True, kind of, but hold on. So, with shit.
Let me hop in on
Well,
that.
my thing is you're using the right analogy but the wrong player.
Okay, right.
They
Like,
don't need an
but
established.
you catch my drift.
They don't need an established journeyman. They need to develop someone. And he brings up Mason Rudolph,
Well, hold
but what?
Here's what I'm saying that's going to counter you. So, how many quarterbacks in the past couple off seasons have we heard complain about the ownership not catering to them? I don't think this plan was so they think that they could win with Big Ben this season. I think this plan was so they can attract someone next season. They can attract a veteran next season. They could trade for a veteran next season. They're going to have a top tier pick, assuming if everything goes the way that everyone thinks it's going to go. They're going to have a top tier pick. Next season they have, I think, the top 5 most spending money after they sign Minkah Fitzpatrick. So they can bring in the best O-line. They could bring in anybody this new quarterback wants. And they're showing, we'll cater to you because your team isn't. So I think this is more of a way, not necessarily to develop a quarterback for the long term. This is a way to get someone in right now. Next season they're going to be going after quarterbacks left and right.
The only thing that I have that like I can really push back on your argument, not everybody was Big Ben for the Steelers.
That's
like you're not gonna bring in a Geno Smith and treat him like Big Ben. Like
yeah,
regardless of the fact, like he is established. He brought them championships.
right.
But what I'm saying is they catered a little too long.
Sure.
And sometimes that can really harpen you because you know what you have in Mason Rudolph. You obviously don't fully believe and trust in him to take over the squad. But in that meantime, in that whole time, you not necessarily have to draft somebody. Like I said, you can bring somebody in that's like
So
at
a
this
bridge
point,
quarterback.
Yeah, like
so hold on. So bridge quarterback is terrible because your team ends up going middle of the pack, and then you do not have a good draft pick, like for getting a quarterback. And that's kind of the issue with bridge quarterbacks. Is that if you really want a quarterback, your team has to suck. Like you have to either just have a really bad roster so you're naturally gonna suck, or you have to pull like the Bengals did so that they could get Joe Burrow and just tank the season.
Look, getting a quality quarterback is hard to come by.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Like look at how many replaceable quarterbacks there is in the league right now. I would say it's about
more than
bottom third of the league, but probably about a third of the league.
Yeah.
I would say probably 2/3 to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
there's like
honestly,
10 guys that are guaranteed, and then everybody else.
After
If you
that,
had
you're not
one of
really,
the top 10, you would.
I would say it's 50-50. Like honestly, you're talking about maybe 1 or 2 more than 15. You're not going. There's not like the bottom half of the league is the bottom half of the league.
So I guess to finish off what I was saying, and personally I don't think this is going to happen. I know every Steelers fan thinks this is what's going to happen. But what if this is all a ploy to tell, let's say, Rodgers, who as of right now is a free agent next season, hey, we could sign you, we could sign Devontae, we could sign whoever you want.
Do they have a cap?
They'll have the 5th most after paying Minkah Fitzpatrick next season. So they could pay Rodgers a hefty salary. They could pay Devontae. They could bring in any lineman that he would possibly want. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but if you look at why Brady left New England, he wanted say. You could tell Rodgers, hey, you'll have all the say you want. You could be the dang GM if you want.
That's not how they roll, though.
Colbert is a year-to-year. He's probably going to retire after this season, the GM currently. A lot of people think Tomlin's going to take over as coach and GM next season. So
No, because if they were going to do that with Tomlin, he would have done it like years ago.
Okay, so here's my thing. When it comes to the Steelers, and we'll wrap it up real quick. I do remember you riding the wave with the Steelers.
Oh, we're getting receipts.
No.
We're checking
this,
receipts.
This is gonna lead to something else, and I'm gonna ask all y'all, and we'll talk about the Cowboys. Just because you win, okay. Every team has warts, right?
Right.
Every team has warts, even if you win.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, when the Steelers won and they beat the Bills, there were warts there that got glossed over simply for the fact that they won. Those warts showed up bigger and continued to show week 2, week 3, and week 4. You were just, see, the Steelers are back, blah, 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 blah. Y'all kind of...
I don't think Big Ben's washed.
Hold up. Yeah. But you're lying. The Bills outplayed you guys. You can't count on a block punt every game.
Hold
up.
They didn't win the game from the block punt.
Okay. Okay.
You keep bringing that up. That wasn't a game-winning play.
Okay, forget the punt. I think that had a big factor to do with it. But forget the punt. Forget the punt. The thing is, your O-line and your offense held you back in that game.
Sure.
How many points did you guys score?
24.
Okay. No, minus the punt. 17.
Yeah.
It was 17.
How much did the Bills score? 17.
Right, so the defense isn't the issue. It's your
I never
offense.
said it was.
I know, but you were... What was he saying?
Big Ben
is back. Why'd you guys... Whatever. So
don't count Big Ben out.
Hang on. So I'm gonna go to the Packers and the Cowboys and the Raiders.
Oh.
We finally lost
Convincingly.
And the line is an issue with the Raiders.
What did I tell
But
you?
no one was saying that. No one was saying that when they were going 3-0. The Packers. What would you say is right now? You guys are winning. You guys are on a roll. The Cowboys. You guys are on a roll. Tsr Show. We're ahead of the curve.
Right.
Let's tell the people the deficiencies in our teams. That way, when they do lose, it's like, okay, they need to get this fixed, because if not, this is going to get highlighted when they lose, but no one's going to talk about it when they're winning. For example, like one for the Cowboys, it could be game management, Mike McCarthy. For the Packers, you said that maybe a second pass catcher. I'll leave the floor to you first.
In what way? What's the deficiency with the Steelers?
What's the biggest deficiency?
Yeah.
I would say that they don't have a dog. They have plenty of talent. Claypool, talented. Deontay Johnson, talented. Juju, talented. The O-line, they're young. It's a little too early on them. They don't have time to be good the way we need them to. But they're still young, so there's still hope there that someday they could be good. We don't have time for someday. The issue right now is they don't have a dog. I'll let you speak on this as an example. He saw it. There was a play, 4th down, Ben throws to Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson has the first down. If they tackle him right there, he has the first down. But he bounces out because he doesn't want to get hit by 3 guys, loses 4 yards, turnover on down. They don't have any dogs. Claypool jumps for jump passes to get the flag. He's not trying to catch the ball. He's trying to get the flag. Every time you see him go for a pass, he does this, looks for the ref. I hate that. I don't want to see my receivers, where's the flag, constantly pulling for, trying to get the ref to throw a flag. That's the issue right now, is they don't have any dogs. Which is where I will say to him, like, he doesn't think they have a second option. Randall Cobb may not be the best receiver. He's a dog. He's a dirty, gritty kind of player. There's a play that needs to be made. Rodgers will get it to him. I don't mean that in any kind of negative way. He plays in the trenches, just like Jordy Nelson. I think I have nothing but high regards for Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson was a dog. Was he the best receiver? Maybe not. But he didn't need to be the best receiver. He was a dog. The Steelers don't have a dog. They need someone like Steve Smith Jr. when he went to the Ravens, or Senior, excuse me. They need someone like that who's a dog, who's going to say,
an alpha.
Yes.
Heinz Ward.
Yes. You're covering me. There's 0% chance I'm going to catch this ball. I'm going to Debo you and get this ball. They don't have anybody like that on the team right now. Maybe Najee could be that. It's hard to break 10 tackles.
They have a bunch of finesse receivers.
Yes.
And I kind of see that. However, I don't think that's, personally, I don't think that's high in the pecking order.
So let me just say though, if these guys are actually fighting more, Ben is okay. You guys want me to say it? He's washed. I told you.
There we go.
I told you guys last week. This offense doesn't need Ben to be a top 15.
Oh, there
QB.
he is.
They don't need him to be a top 15 QB. They need Ben to just not turn the ball over on the 30-yard line.
It was sad.
You just can't turn the ball over on the 30-yard line because the defense is solid, but I don't care what offense it is. You turn the ball over on the 30-yard line, they're gonna score. I don't care what defense you have. You turn the ball over that close to the red zone, other team is gonna score.
Okay.
No ifs, ands, or buts. That's my biggest issue. They don't have a dog. They don't have a leader right now, and that's the issue.
So the biggest issue with the Packers right now, from like the way you phrased your question, is just health. Like we're not healthy in the secondary. We're not healthy in our linebacking core. Our D-line is staying good. Our offensive line's weird because we are injured. Like we're missing probably the best left tackle in the game right now in Bakhtiari. We're missing Elton Jenkins.
I mean, Tyron Smith got something to say about that.
Bro, Tyron Smith has not been the best left tackle for years. Like he's back to being
What about
top 10.
What about
but
Trent
that's it.
Williams?
Not. Did you see Trent Williams get embarrassed in the Packer game?
What I was gonna
By
say about
Rashawn
you
Gary.
guys
Like,
is,
come on, dude.
what's his name? King? Him being injured for you guys is an upgrade.
Oh yeah, because Eric Stokes is in. The problem with it now is that with Jair being out, Stokes is our number 1 outside corner, and he's still a rookie. He's looked really good. Like, he keeps getting tested in these games, and like he'll give some stuff up, but like when it matters, nah, he's on it.
Yeah.
He picked off Ben. Like it was just a good read on his part. Like
But hey, we're not talking like he picked off someone like Brady who's precise. You know, we're talking. What are
So,
I mean, we're talking about 2 quarterbacks that both throw a wounded duck. So
yeah.
but
tomatoes.
But let me ask you this: assuming health is what I'm saying. So
What's the biggest
Because you're
issue?
saying health.
Yeah.
So if healthy, there's no warts. There's no. Okay, that's been an issue. But what up? For example, Lamar Jackson, when he wins.
Of course,
For example,
Lamar.
okay. For example, Lamar Jackson, when he wins, it's like, oh my god, like
He
MVP
played a
rate.
hell of a game.
Oh, what a game! And then when he loses, it's like, why can't he throw his receiver wide open? Why can't he do this? Well, he was doing the same shit when he was winning. It's just the fact that he won. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so-
I guess that's that's how.
The biggest wart for the Packers, and this is going to sound weird because it's true for a lot of teams, if we can't run the ball, we do not know what to do. And that's kind of an issue. Like our offensive line has shown the last couple weeks that they're good enough to where we're going to get a push, we're going to be able to get some yards. Like we did it against 2 tough defensive fronts. But fundamentally, like, whenever you see the Packers really struggle, nah, I'm good. Whenever you see the Packers struggle, it's because of lack of run game. Thank you. Like if we can't get the ball on the ground running immediately, our team doesn't know what to do.
Right.
We're really good at running the ball right now, so it's kind of but that's the big wart that I see, is that the offense just stagnates.
What about you, Bolchek?
Well, you mentioned game management,
Think you
time management.
Like, you got a lot of options, honestly.
That could be one, but like
Special
for sure,
teams.
special teams.
Oh.
Our kicker. Not just our kicker, but like our special teams, especially like on punts, we give up like a lot of yards. Like it's not that, but also I was mentioning to you on Sunday was our like our linebackers. Like we don't really have great linebackers. Now you take Parsons out and he's rushing. That helps more of like what the defense is being able to do and overcome. But like our linebackers in the run, like they get gashed. In the middle, like that's right now, that's kind of how to score on the Cowboys is like hit them in the middle. It's just literally like dinking and dunking. And because now we had breaking news before the show that the Cowboys were releasing Jalen Smith, and you know he's been underperforming since last year, and you know I don't know what it is. I don't, you know, he had it all, but on the other side of the ball too, LVE hasn't really been performing at a high level. I've seen him getting beat, especially our linebackers in like pass coverage. Like they just don't know where they're at. And
You're saying that the Cowboys have bad coverage linebackers.
yes.
And that's a big ass issue.
Yeah, and that's the way to honestly be. Like, honestly, if you look at how the Panthers, you know, moving on to this next game, the Panthers, in the end, like, they did what they wanted to do in that middle. Like, they were just hitting that middle, and they were able to get 14.
Inside the numbers.
Yeah, and just they were able to get 14 like nothing. and that's a big deal. And so if maybe this is why, letting go of the Jalen Smith, and you're trying to, Keanu Neal is supposed to be coming back. I say personally, you keep Parsons down there until Lawrence comes back, because he's just that is honestly helping more of the linebacking core than him being on there and staying in coverage, just because of his speed and his ability to rush the passer is like, it's outstanding. Like, he's playing at such a high level, but that's a really big issue. And without Trayvon, now our safeties are doing all right, but sometimes I feel like they're not in the right spot. Like, their IQ isn't there. Like, I think they get played real easily on certain things, and they're just not at the right spot.
Diggs?
No. Diggs is number one corner in the game.
Oh,
right
okay.
now. Right now, he's the number one corner in the game. But like, I really love what Jaron Curse is doing, and Malik Hooker is playing well, but it's just the IQ shit on his end. But that that linebacking core really needs to get set, or else that's going to be exposed.
Okay, so with that being said, there's one undefeated team left. Well, I'll just do it.
Wait, what's your wart for the?
That's what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say.
There's one undefeated team left, and that's the Cardinals. We're supposed to be two, but that's the Raiders. They lost. So the wart for my team, or for the Raiders, is obviously they're banged up in the secondary right now, but that's not a wart because I'm assuming health. Is pass protection. Pass protection. You saw it in the Ravens game at the beginning. Down 14-0, the offense had to come back. You saw it with the Steelers when T.J. Watt was there. You don't like Alex Leatherwood, but he's been bad. The rookie first round pick.
Yeah.
At pass protecting. I don't know how many sacks he's allowed.
Where did he come from? Wisconsin?
No, Alabama.
Alabama.
That's a first round pick too,
but-
right?
First round pick, yeah.
Should have been a third.
And then in the third game with the Dolphins, 14-0 again, pass protection. And then fourth game, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't even think they got a first down in the first quarter. And it leads me to believe when you're watching that game and you're like, okay, I saw this trend coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't see it coming, but more so like, okay, it's been happening. It's only being talked about more and exposed more because the Raiders lost.
Right.
Now the Raiders almost came back and made it a game. John Gruden's play calling in the first half has not been good. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's him or Carr that, like, when their back's against the wall, it's like, all right, we're going to spread this bad boy around. So it's his play calling, kind of, but it's more so the pass protection. That's going to be an issue. That's something to keep an eye out for. And Derek Carr just needs to roll out of the pocket if need be, or the way to manipulate that is quick throws like the Pittsburgh offense.
You're just taking your
just one, two
digs today,
throws.
bro.
One,
You
two.
are like,
Taking my dicks? Trayvon dicks?
hey, hella Trayvon.
Bro, you should
Oh,
see
Trayvon.
when I was texting him during the game. I said, that's a dump off to the running back on a fourth down. Not going to work. That's what the Steelers do. Trust me, I know.
Okay.
I kept telling him this offense is looking hella like the Steelers right now.
So what happened was Derek Carr was under pressure like for the 1,000th time in that game, and he had rolled out to the right. So basically, when you roll out, your field is cut in half.
Yeah.
You cannot throw across the field,
Unless you're Dan Marino.
or
Aaron
unless you're
Pat Mahomes.
yeah,
That's
like you know
it.
what I'm saying, and
That's
then, like
it.
so once
Gotcha.
you roll out left or right, your field is cut in half. You have to throw what's in front of you. And at that point, it was third and 5 or whatever. And Derek Carr had no choice but to either. His option was throw the ball away, throw it into coverage, or jump it off to the running back. So he dumped it off to the running back.
But it was,
And that's when he hit me. He's like, hey, this looks like the Steelers offense.
what I was going to say, though, bro, is he wasn't under pressure, right? Like, he could have ran for it.
There was no. No. He could have. He probably could have.
Big Ben's
But he
not
wasn't going to
running.
get the first down.
Big man's not running. It was 4 yards, bro.
He wasn't going to get it. Trust me. It was not 4 yards. It was 4 to go, but he was not 4 yards away from it.
Okay.
But I'll pull up the tape. Okay, there's one undefeated team left.
Ooh.
Now, again, Cardinal fans are probably riding away, riding high.
Yeah.
What is
definitely,
a wart we see in this team that could be like, okay,
I'll go first.
what is it?
They're super inconsistent. Like they blow out the Titans one week and then the next week they win, but they didn't look good when they win. You know?
Like
the
against
Jags?
the Jags.
Yeah, like that should not. Hey, you guys told me
Against who?
all year last year.
The
You
Jags.
guys are playing bad teams. You guys are
Jacksonville.
blowing them out. The Jaguars almost
Vikings.
beat them.
The Vikings. Too.
Huh?
The Jaguars
Yeah.
almost beat them.
Vikings should
You
be a
know.
better team than they are.
So, I think if you look at like, they almost lost the Jags, and when you almost lose to a team like that, based off what you guys told
And the
me last
Vikings
season,
though too.
I think the Vikings.
They
The
are
Vikings are good.
The
They,
Vikings.
no, they are, but that's
The
what
Vikings
that-
should be a lot better than they
Yeah.
are.
I think that proves his point though.
You
too,
look at
is
the
like,
Steelers and you
they
know
had a
they're
lot
one
of-
of 3 teams.
Yeah,
Look
they
at the
had a lot of
Vikings,
mistakes in that
they
game
should be
against the
better.
Vikings.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Oh.
saying. They're super
You know what I mean?
inconsistent. They're undefeated, but they're inconsistent, and that's gonna come back and bite them. You know, I don't think that they're as good of a team as they've played. I think they're really high right now. They're hitting their hot streak too early.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. You don't want to peak at the beginning.
No,
of the year.
no, fuck no.
Just like the Cowboys.
You want to be.
Did you see the look?
No, it's because I cussed like
You
that.
want to be. You want to look. You want to be peaking.
You don't want to be the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
You want to be picking mid season. You want to be picking in December, November.
Yeah.
Now, that's why I think the Raiders had to get humble. They had to get humble, and I think they're gonna be playing Andy Dalton this week. Who did the Packers play this week?
We play the Bungles, so we'll win.
And then
We're
you
not a
guys,
bad team.
and then
The
you guys
Broncos.
play the Broncos, and then
We play the Giants.
the
So
Giants.
you guys were gonna.
So you guys
the
have a
G-Men
bye
are
week.
gonna get a
Yo,
second
you guys
win.
have a bye week.
I don't know yet, but
This
I might
guy.
be going to that Chiefs game.
Okay.
Oh, Chiefs Bills.
No, Chiefs Cowboys.
Oh,
You really want to go to that game?
I do.
For your first game, you want to go see the Cowboys take an L.
It'd be fun to watch Pat Mahomes too.
You want to watch
It's either that or
Trevon
the
Diggs
Donkeys.
turn into
I ain't going to
Trevon
watch the
Diggs.
Donkeys.
That's what you gotta
I'd rather take an L and watch a good game
I will say
than see a beatdown against the Donkeys.
it's probably wrong to feed your ego here, but I think that's a winnable game for you guys.
I don't know yet. I take it week by week, like I
Hey,
was telling you.
What you
today.
gonna be smoking on this week?
Oh, that I'm gonna be smoking on that. What's his name? Jones pack. That Jones pack.
Okay.
So for
say.
everybody,
Danny Dimes,
for
dog.
everybody that
Danny,
knows,
on that Danny Dimes pack. I'm gonna
Dog,
be smoking on that.
Dog, you
For-
watch.
Smoking off that dime bag.
so what? For people that out there that don't know, when someone dies, they say we're smoking on insert name here pack. So we switched that up. We switched it up to a sports analogy. So whenever we beat a team or your team beats a team, you got to say you're smoking on insert quarterback name here pack. For example, the Chargers fans just smoked on that Derek Carr pack.
We
We
would have
smoked on
smoked that
that.
Steelers pack, but the
That Big
Bengals
Ben
did it
pack.
last week, so
There's nothing left in the pack.
nothing. Yo, the
So-
Steelers are gonna ruin themselves by getting
Hey, at
like
least you can
14
say-
Hey,
He's
Burrow
smoking on
pack?
that
Is
Allen
Burrow
pack.
pack coming?
Burrow pack coming, dog.
What about you?
Wait, no, Joe Burrow would be good. Don't
Yeah.
let me be caught slipping like that.
Yeah.
So talk about that game, man. Like
Locker or what's his name? Jay. What's the
Drew
guy?
Lock?
Jake
Drew Lock?
Locker.
Drew Lock pack.
Maybe, man.
Wait. Drew Lock is a starter?
Teddy
Yeah,
Bridgewater
Teddy B
hurt.
got ruined.
Oh yeah, that's
They
right. He
ruined him.
got hurt, huh?
Yeah.
He's never been healthy though.
Well, yeah.
Ever since he hurt that knee, it's never been the same. Well, he was a backup for a while. He played he set a whole.
Okay,
healthy
as
season.
somebody that watched Teddy because he got drafted into our division,
Yeah.
he's about the same that he used to be.
Yeah.
Like, we're all kind of kidding ourselves. He now is what he was then.
That's one of the
It is
wards.
what it is.
That's one of the wards. They went 3-0. Defense is good. Oh my God, Teddy Bridgewater.
Their
You know?
ward is the quarterback, like,
Yeah.
for sure. To
Okay.
get back to, like, the Cardinals, I think their ward is their coach.
Yeah.
So like quarterbacks have this issue where if you hit them too often, they get rattled and it throws them off, right?
You talking about the coach that elected to kick a field goal and they returned that field goal for a touchdown?
Yes.
That's
So
the Jags.
that coach, like quarterbacks, when they get hit too often, they get all shaky and they get a little scared, especially like the younger ones, right? Kingsbury does that as a coach. Like his offense isn't working right away, and he just freezes up and he has no idea what to do. We've seen it his first year coaching. We've seen it his second year coaching. We've seen it a little bit this year, especially with the Jags game. Like they just hit points where, like in the Jags game, they won because Kyler is just better than the Jags team.
Yeah.
Right? Not because of anything else. So the Cardinals are going to run into issues later in the season against really good teams when they're not rolling and then their coach freezes up. Like
That whole saying about like everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
yeah, he's one of the first coaches that I've seen like where you can tell that the coach got punched in the mouth and he has no idea what to do. Sean McVay does it too, to be honest, and
He
Kyle
does, he
Shanahan
does.
to a minor extent.
Because
Speaking about coaches, go ahead.
Oh, bad coaches.
no, well, just to go back on your Cardinals thing, like I really agree with Joe. Like we haven't really they've won,
Right.
but it hasn't been a consistent. Like you can't for sure say like, damn, like their offense is just it's fucking amazing.
But
Or
they
their
beat the
defense-
shit out of the Rams. That's great.
No, yeah,
they did.
But like also though too now don't like I just want to say like yes they beat the Rams, but at the same time that's a divisional rival. Like in the offseason, you're game planning for your division.
I don't think Kingsbury has ever beat the Rams.
No, but that's what I'm saying is like I'm
Yeah,
not saying
that's
that they're
true.
playing bad. We're just saying that they're inconsistent in their play. Like, can you really look at all 4 games and look at the consistency on a certain thing?
So they played the Jags, they played the Titans, they played
The
the
Vikings.
Rams and the Vikings.
Right.
The Viking ones, so I want to refresh my memory. What was the score on that one?
It
That one came down to
a
the
kick.
field goal at the end. It was
At
like
the end.
33-31.
Is it connected?
Like that's
No,
the thing.
you
Okay,
just
Yeah,
so
come on, Jamie, pull that up.
so the thing is, they won off a field goal. It was a walk-off field goal.
No, it literally came down to the
what
wire.
it was,
Yes,
right?
it was
Where
a
he
Oh,
missed it.
no. Vikings missed the field goal,
Yeah,
right?
they missed
Yes.
it wide right.
That's
I
what
think.
it was.
Yeah, it was 33-34.
Yeah.
Vikings missed the final field goal.
Like and now we just said that the Vikings should be a better team than what they are.
Yeah.
This year.
They're just
Fighting team.
underperforming.
Well, one of the things that's going to bite the Cardinals, to be honest, is the fact that they don't have good corners. Buda Baker and Isaiah Simmons, who they drafted last year, like they are doing a lot of work for that secondary, but their corners aren't doing anything to help the team.
Their corners and their safeties though.
No, Buda he's a
No,
safety.
Buda Baker, yeah.
Buda
yeah,
Baker and
but-
Isaiah Simmons, the other safety,
But
they're
they
doing
can't cover
fine.
that whole back end by himself.
Well, the two of them can. And that's the problem, is that the corners for Arizona, like, that's where Arizona can get got, is the
Right.
cornerbacks. Because they are actually the
6'1".
weakness on
Kinda-
that team. The pass rush is also very hit or miss. Oh. That
So,
seems fun.
we're gonna take a little quick break, and we're gonna bring you a little bit of Urban Meyer after this. All right, so we back. We back at it like a crack addict. So, speaking about coaches,
And this episode is sponsored by Miller Lite.
this
Just kidding, no, it's not.
this
No, it's not.
episode
We
this
would
episode
not-
is
not
brought to you by
Tigers.
Butterfingers.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Urban the Legend Meyer in the headlines once again.
Not
for-
because he won a game.
for basically, yeah, not because he won a game. Basically, for pulling out what Hector does at Salt Yard.
This guy.
Hector
Look,
was
he's
like,
so hurt 'cause
hey,
his-
oh,
I
rewind that.
don't- I don't
Hector's
do
like
that.
this. Hector's like this. He looks at here. He's like,
I don't.
The disrespect,
I
man.
don't do that.
Yeah, tell it
I
a
don't.
little bit louder for your lady dog. I'm
I
sure.
do not do that. Make sure the
I don't
levels
even
were
know
up.
Urban.
I said what Hector does, not someone else does to him.
Oh.
Anyways,
Ooh.
yeah, all the Hector does is just stand there.
No. I thought you were talking about the whole.
This is Hector.
That's not true. That's not true.
All right, blood. I gotta go piss. I gotta go smoke. I gotta go smoke. You wanna come outside with me? I gotta go smoke.
Dude, I gotta go smoke.
You wanna go smoke? I need to go get my cigarettes. Okay. So, anyways, Urban Meyer
Just come with me,
was
bud.
getting grinded on by, I don't know, some white lady or white girl.
Some white chick.
Yeah.
Well,
She
we'll
looks
say
kind of
that.
young. I ain't gonna
So
front.
basically, what happened is Urban Meyer missed the flight. He missed the flight, and I'm sure everybody knows what the hell happened. He didn't miss the flight. He didn't want to
I
get
was
on
like,
the
he
flight.
decided, nah, I'm staying.
He decided to stay in Ohio and basically was at the club. I think it was his
His bar.
venue, his
Yeah.
bar. And basically, he stuck his fingers in some ass.
He was
Yeah.
digging for gold.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he was.
Digging for oil.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely was. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Given the context of he wasn't on team flight.
Okay, let me go first on this.
You got this.
Now, so when you asked me about this yesterday, I said it's not a good look. You don't, as a coach, especially on a losing team, you don't go and do that. You don't go out and party. Now, that's not a means to say that you can't go out and have a drink. You can't go out and have dinner. You can't go out and watch a movie. You can have your fun, but that type of message where you're like, I'm not going to get on the plane, I'm going to stay here and party up a little bit, and video comes out, when you're on a losing team, regardless, even if you're on a winning team, you don't want to send that message as a coach, because now you lost your locker room. Now players are going to feel like, okay, midway through the season, we're 0-7, I'm not going to go on that flight, I'm going to stay here, I'll take a flight tomorrow. And now Urban Meyer has no grounds to be like, no, you got to get on the flight. We got to prepare. Oh, really? Do we? Like, do we really have to prepare? I don't feel like going back. Like, you had your fun. Now I'm trying to have my fun. And that's where I say you don't do this. In the offseason, go ahead and do it. Like, if this was an offseason, like, it would not be a topic. Like, all right, yeah, he had his fun. He did his thing, whatever the case may be. But within the season, as a coach, you want to send a message, even if you're on a losing team, we need to get back, and we need to get back in the lab and get to work. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to get home. I'm going to work on next week's game plan. I'm going to do all that. You want to send that message across the team, because now you're a leader of men. And men see that, and now you lost that little bit of respect that you now have. Because I highly doubt that everybody's really geeked out about this season and about that coach. So, to me, that just sent the wrong message to your team. You lost the locker room in that. And now it's going to be hard for him to have a grounds to stand on to discipline other players when they act up.
Remember when he said they cut players? I think it was him.
Oh, because
Based
of
on
the
their vaccine
vaccinations?
status.
Yeah.
And he hired that guy from Ohio State that was like abusive or something like that. He had a trouble pass or something like
Okay.
that, and then he had to. Chris Doyle?
Was that the one that was doing cocaine in the interview or some shit?
No.
No, that was the Dolphins guy.
Oh, yeah.
That was a different dude, dog.
And then getting Tim Tebow.
Do you think if Tim Tebow was still on the team, Urban's going to that bar? Do you think that's why Urban cut Tim Tebow? Because Tebow was like, no, Urban.
No, I think Urban
Okay,
Meyer's
here's
a
what
shit coach.
hired Chris Doyle as team's director of sports performance. Doyle was
Wow.
accused of making racist comments and belittling players during his time at Iowa. After heavy backlash, Doyle resigned from the Jaguars. Yeah.
Okay, like, look, here on the Tsr Show, like, I don't want to be a hypocrite on that, because, like, yeah, he had a trouble pass. That doesn't mean people
I don't mean to
can't
cut
change.
you off, but the owner released a statement that said Meyer must regain our trust and respect.
Well,
That's
because
what I'm
of the
saying.
meeting on Monday. I think that's the bigger issue, to be honest. Like, so apparently on Monday, he canceled team meetings because he didn't want to come in and address what had happened over the weekend. And I think, like, Like, as bad as what he did over the weekend is, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's
You're a
bad
grown man.
because he's an NFL head coach in the middle of a season. But, like, let's be honest, that's not the worst thing ever. Right? He shouldn't be grabbing on nobody, especially with his old ass and his bad heart.
Honestly,
but he can do what he wants.
Honestly, I told Hector yesterday, before knowing any context, what I said to you. I said, I don't see anything wrong with it. If anything, if anyone should have an issue with it, if he has a wife,
He does.
the wife,
She's
right,
probably mad.
the wife should be pissed off about it. If anything, the wife, sticking your finger in someone else's tight end. You know what I'm saying? The wife should be the one.
Someone else's Tim Tebow.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah. And it led us to the conversation that I'm about to ask you guys, but first I want your take on it.
On what Urban did?
Yeah. The whole situation.
Let's just say his coaching style is the only thing that stinks.
Maybe the finger.
Hey, one, 2 and 1.
I get it. It's just a ball rolling down the hill, getting faster and faster as it goes. You have him in like week 2 or 3 playing against Vic Fangio, who's not a good coach, and he tells him, "Hey man, this is like playing Alabama every week." It's like, what do you? Yeah, there are easy teams to beat in the NFL. You're coaching one. You know, like, yeah, it's an uphill battle. Like, I don't know what his expectation was,
Right.
but this is the men's league. It's not college anymore. You know.
And just to wrap it up on here, he's always been okay. So there's head coaches in the league that are tactical head coaches, and then there's a raw head coaches.
Puppets.
Urban Meyer is not a tactical head coach. Not necessarily puppets, but like, what is your background? Have you ever called plays on the defensive end or on the offensive end? Like Mike Tomlin, to me, he's a raw coach. He's not a tactical coach to me. He's not. What's his background? Don't know.
Special teams.
No, he
Probably special teams.
it was defense, and then in college he played offense.
But see,
But for coaching.
everybody,
For coaching, it was defense.
most of the coaches played somewhere. But what I'm saying is like John Gruden calls the plays. His background is offense. He's actually been in charge of an offense before. Sean McVay, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick is a defense.
I feel like Urban Meyer.
He's not a technical coach. He's not offense or defense. He was a recruiter at Ohio State. He was a recruiter. He's not a tactical head coach.
He's not a chess player. He just gets you the board.
Like Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll. He's more on the defensive end, but he's not a tactical head coach. He's a raw guy.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a discipline and excitement kind of coach.
And that's what Urban Meyer is. Like, you're not losing anything. You know what I'm saying? If you were to get rid of him. Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Given the fact that Urban Meyer was in the club, what head coach is in the league right now do you see in the club, and what would be the funniest in the club? I'll start with mine is Andy Reid.
Took my answer. Guy's gonna have barbecue all over his t-shirt. he's not
He's
there.
gonna pull a Lou Williams. Came for the wings.
Yeah. He's not there for the girls. He's not sticking his fingers in nothing but the pile of ribs right in front of him.
Yeah.
You stole my answer.
What head coaches would you guys see in the club? Like, I could see him in the club.
I feel like all the older ones.
I was going to say, who's the oldest coach? Because definitely that guy.
Pete Carroll.
Really?
That'd be Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I could see Pete Carroll.
I could see Pete Carroll,
He
but
has
more
so much
like a Sean
energy. He
McVay.
would love. The
Sean McVay, Kingsbury,
Shanahan.
LaFleur.
I could see Shanahan.
LaFleur.
Now LaFleur would.
Shanahan.
Oh, LaFleur, like he'd be number one. He's such like him and McVay are like the two pretty boys of like LaFleur
okay.
always looks like.
Hold on, you're disrespecting
ready.
if LaFleur isn't like the best looking coach in the NFL.
No, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
be honest,
He's like they're honestly like LaFleur looks like always like he's nice and tan.
How
his
good does
cut's
he look,
always
Bob?
good. Like he's always cut up
Bro,
nice
what
and
about
clean.
his clothes though?
But
So I don't know if you guys saw Mike McCarthy on the sidelines this past weekend, but he was wearing a big ass hoodie with like that colorful shit on it. Did you see it?
No.
The crucial catch.
Yeah, the crucial
hoodie.
catch. It looked like I don't even know why they make hoodies like that. But he had one on, and I was like, yeah, I can see him at the club wearing that. wearing that.
Now, I'll name a coach, and tell me maybe not at the club that you'll see him, but where could you see him? Let's start with Matt Rule.
Oh, shit. Oh, I hope y'all got a
No
good
hat
one.
Matt Rule. No hat Matt Rule.
Where could you see a Matt Rule?
You saw that?
Yo,
I don't
Looks like a
he's a
Christmas
guy,
tree.
like he's a guy at the barbecue that thinks he knows how to grill.
I
know
can
what I'm
see that. Yeah.
Like he's
Okay.
just hovering like, nah, that shit's
We thought he'd be more like on a Wednesday, all you can eat wings at.
I told him. I was like,
Yes.
I can see Matt Rule at Hooters.
Yeah.
I
Like,
can see him at Hooters, yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Did you
club
guys
of
see
Hooters.
Steve Belichick on the
Yes,
game?
yes. Yeah.
I
Oh
saw
yeah, I
that.
saw
I was
that.
like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, I saw it.
Like, what are you on?
He was like, what the fuck? Like, I can see him. I can definitely see that guy at like a rally in Virginia.
Imagine if he's at like a strip club and it goes.
That's so
A
specific. In
Virginia.
Virginia.
Okay. Here's one. I can see Mike Tomlin at like a hip hop club, like
He would
like
have
where
a
Lou
table.
Williams goes, Magic City in Atlanta.
Magic City.
Oh,
Yeah, like a strip club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with his beady
no,
eyes.
he only goes there for wings though, dude.
Yeah.
No.
That's a strip club. That's
Like
so-
Belichick.
Belichick, no. I can
No,
see
no,
Matt
no.
Bro,
where I-
Belichick would. Come
No,
on.
no. Where
Robert
I see
Kraft.
there.
No, Robert Kraft.
Yeah,
does.
Robert Kraft.
Oh,
Yes.
we know he's
Belichick. I see him like that old guy at the park bench, and just looking.
I think even if he was in a club, he'd be in the corner sitting around just kind of staring off in the distance. Even if girls grinding
He'd
on
be
him.
like-
Dog, but how funny would it be? He's just sitting there, right? Dancer's doing her thing, just all up in him. She's like, how you doing, baby? And he's like, my fucking defense sucks, and I'm trying to find a quarterback. Like, just talking
No.
football to her.
No, it wouldn't be like
Bro,
that.
that would be
With a short
hilarious.
sleeve.
No. It
Just
would be.
big old tits.
He
in
would
his
be at
face.
the
Come
club.
on,
He would be at the club, stripper dancing there, pole, whatever, and he's got the cut, like the sleeves cut off, right? Hoodie
Yeah.
cut off, and then be like, so, you gonna tip me? Like, next question. So, you gonna, what song do you want me to play? We're on to Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think just to wrap it up on the Urban Meyer, it's like, I mean, that is what it is. Like you did lose respect. You lost a lot of authority, I should say, in the locker room because now you kind of put it out there. It almost sends the message, especially to your locker room, that you in a way don't give two shits about the season. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we lost again. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna let off some steam and like I said, it there's certain ways of having fun and being able to release some steam.
Don't do it on camera.
Yeah, everybody's got a camera nowadays. You see Urban Meyer here,
Yeah.
you're gonna like want to either take a picture or take a video of
Well,
him,
he
whatever.
was taking selfies with the girl too, which is
Yeah.
the worst part.
Right.
So
Do you think if he takes the team that we're not talking about it, not in the same way, you know what I mean?
Like the team goes to the bar.
Yeah, the entire team. He takes the entire team out to the bar.
honestly, yeah, like that would switch
Like
it.
we've talked about,
That would
like
switch
No,
what
it.
the
yeah,
fuck is he doing?
that would
That would change the
definitely
narrative.
switch it because you've seen a lot of coaches in the past, like when the season's going bad and you're not like they're like, you know what, we're not gonna practice today. Let's all go bowling or let's all go out to dinner. But there's certain ways of doing things.
But that's
you know what I
different
mean?
from going out to the club.
Yeah,
That's what I'm asking.
and not only that, you were like, later, y'all. I'll see y'all in Jacksonville.
It's almost like someone's like, man, we suck. And he's like, shit. You know,
Y'all
Honestly, I don't even think
Club.
it'd be bad if he flew back and went to a club in Jacksonville.
No, I'd agree. Or even if he flew
But
back
he wanted
and
to
paid
be.
to
He
fly
wanted
over.
to be in his establishment.
I
That was the
get that.
thing.
I get that. But like, you should know what time it is.
No.
Like,
I get it. I get it. Like you wanted to do that, and if anyone else, you're cool for doing that. Even a player. The thing is, you are the leader,
exactly.
and therefore,
it's like as a coach, he lost respect, but as like the homie dude, it's like you pulled that,
Yeah.
you know.
Like yeah, but like,
Those
but
players
like,
are not
but
looking
like,
at him like,
you gotta understand, like,
dog?
you gotta. He. The thing is like,
You pull that?
this is the difference
That's the
between.
time. His
This is
homies
the
were saying
difference.
that, not the team.
But what I'm saying is like that's the difference between the college and the NFL.
Yeah.
Is like you're playing with other players' livelihood.
Right.
Like if they put up a bad season and you give up as a coach on the season, I might not have a job next year.
Right.
I might not have a guarantee next year. I may put bad tape out there, not because I suck, but it's because you just gave up and didn't give me that opportunity to show my talent.
You're not putting us in the best
Exactly.
positions.
It's not like in college where it's like, well, at least I got a degree, I can go out and get a job, whatever. Or, hey, look, I'm going to come back next year. You don't have no guarantees in the NFL. And so that's where I feel like you lost the locker room. Because it's like, dude, you're playing with my money.
Yeah.
And my livelihood. So
Okay, so let's wrap it up here for this week, but let's look forward to next week. So I'm going to jump off some matchups real quick. Key matchups.
And let us know in the comments if you want these two still coming through.
Or do you want them to stay back
You want
in
us
Ohio?
gone?
Yeah,
You
or you
can
want them
say.
to stay back in
You want them
Ohio.
to
We're
miss
going
the
to catch
flight
a
next time?
plane
You got
to our next site.
Never mind. I was
Okay, so we got a good Thursday night game. We got the Rams and the Seahawks. It's in Seattle. Rams are favored by 2.5.
It's Rams.
Rams.
Actually, I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one.
Why?
You want to throw? You want to throw a
I
bet?
think,
You want to throw a bet?
You want to go to Santa Ana or what?
No, like a TSR bet.
Oh.
Like a TSR show bet.
Why?
Like,
I thought you meant like a sports book.
Right.
like if they lose, like you got to come back like shave mustache or something, shaved eyebrows.
It's like you want to go.
Oh, you're picking the Rams?
I'll pick the Rams.
What do you want to bet?
I don't know. Like I don't know. Next time you have
Just
to,
think of it right now so they
Bro,
know.
you show
I'll
up in
think
a
of some- I'll
Giants
think of
jersey
some.
next week.
Before then.
That's what I want to see. You show
You
up
gotta
in a-
you gotta say fuck Dak Prescott.
Oh.
He'll never.
No. You have to say that Dak Prescott is
He's
bottom
overrated.
5 in the league.
Yeah, the whole season.
Or overrated.
Just keep naming names.
Okay.
That's
So-
like me, like honestly, but that's hurts.
Yeah, that's the point.
Jalen Hurts is better. Is that what you meant?
No, I'm just saying like me saying.
You said it.
I would love that
Nah.
admission, by the way.
Hell no.
Okay. We're not worried about
Next
the
week,
Jets and Falcons. Packers and Bengals. Now
Packers.
it's in Cincinnati. Urban Meyer.
I actually, I'm picking the Bengals in that one.
Huh?
I picked the Bengals. in
Green
that
Bay's favored by 3.
Well,
I
somebody's
picked the
sipping
Bengals.
Haterade.
one. No, it's not. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think the Bengals pull it off.
I hate both teams, so I'm hoping that they both get tied and injured. So
Ouch.
Imagine a tie.
I'm gonna pick the Packers just because I need the Bengals to lose, just so I can at least
I mean, come on, the Steelers don't have a chance. But all right, I get where you're coming from.
Okay, Broncos at Steelers. Steelers are favored by 1.
Broncos at Steelers.
Oh, I
wait.
take the Steelers.
Drew Lock?
Yeah.
Nah, I take the
Also,
Broncos.
Bradley Chubb hurt. Jerry Judy hurt.
Yeah.
They've been hurt though.
Yeah, but
he's
the thing is-
he's looking forward to this week.
Hey, if not now, when?
the Broncos.
I don't want to lose 4 in a row. I don't want to lose 4 in a row.
Hey, he's gonna call us on Saturday. Y'all want to go to the casino and watch it, or
No. He's gonna come in and be like, "Y'all doubted the Steelers. Y'all doubted the Steelers. Steelers are
Hey,
back. We
hey,
making the
no,
Big Ben
playoffs.
look
I
good.
still have
Big
belief."
Ben look good.
I told you Ben
He's
and
gonna
watch.
text me. Hey, Big Ben is throwing the ball down the field.
Hey, his velocity is back. His velocity's back.
There's only.
Hey, TJ Watt.
Hey, TJ Watt's legit though. You can't deny.
No. I like
Let's hear it.
What I was gonna say is there was only like 3 or 4 games this season that I was gonna like talk shit to you guys about, and that was the Bills, the Packers, the Chiefs, and
The Raiders.
nah. Well, maybe yeah, it's 'cause you play. But I knew they were gonna lose to the Raiders because they get the Raiders for some reason just debo the Steelers. I have no idea what it is. I don't know what it is.
They're a better team.
Even if they're not
Historically, like for like the
Even
past
if they're
20
not.
years.
like there was a couple years where the Steelers
Even
were
in the tuck rule, they had to cheat. They had to cheat to beat the Raiders. They had to cheat to beat the Raiders. Hey, go ahead.
These 4 Raiders.
Not the tuck rule. What did I say?
I wanted to talk about that.
Why did I say the tuck rule?
I wanted to talk about that guy.
Not the tuck rule.
Baker Mayfield?
What's the
trash.
when the ball hit the
Yeah,
ground?
I know you just
Oh,
hating
the
today. What the fuck?
The
I've
immaculate
been saying
deception.
Baker.
The immaculate
Not
deception.
just on that. You just
it
hating
was
today,
not.
dog.
It happened. It was
No,
it was
I-
legit.
You really
But
think
I
the
think there's
Packers are
something
going to
to
lose to
that,
the Bengals?
Okay, here we go.
Well,
I
hey, guys.
think so too.
Hey,
Wild.
hey,
No, I'm serious.
hey, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Sorry. Baker sucks.
We got the. There's a lot of bad matchups.
It's not a good week.
This week's tough, like especially
Okay.
if you're doing picks.
Here we go. Browns and Chargers.
Ooh.
Chargers are favored by 1.5.
Alright.
It's in LA.
I'll start with this one.
I mean, it's still a home game for Cleveland there.
Right. I feel like the Browns are the most talented bad team. If that makes sense. Like on paper they have more talent than anybody,
It's just a quarterback.
but they're not blowing anybody out. They're not like,
Their quarterback is trash.
hey buddy, he's better than Big Ben.
You can say that shit again.
Now he's coming along.
Yeah, there
Now
it
he's
is.
coming along. Look.
Hey, would you take Baker or Big Ben right now?
Probably just Big Ben. He's
Yeah.
my guy, you know. Baker's not good.
They're both 3rd and 4th in the AFC North.
3rd and 4th.
Best quarterbacks, yeah. Burrow's
Mhm.
one.
I have zero faith in them more. But anyway, I'm gonna say the Chargers just because I feel like they're doing pretty good this season. Defense is looking good.
They played a tough matchup against the Raiders. That was. I like what the Chargers did, especially defensively. No way. Especially defensively, you're gonna have to press the mic. I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one.
Just recently, I've been looking at it.
Chargers and
Brownies.
the thing is, it's kind of hard because you can run the ball on the Chargers. I'm gonna go.
Wait, what?
I feel like you can run the ball on the Chargers.
Oh, I thought you said you can't.
No, you can.
Yeah.
And the Cleveland has the number one rushing attack. I'm gonna go Browns. Upset week. I'm going upset week. I'm going to the casino
just
this
going
week.
ham
Yeah, I'm
this
going on a
week.
10-game parlay this week.
You know, I'm going to go Browns too.
Right? Like it just
Interesting.
feels right.
I just think their unit is better than. Go ahead. Make your pick.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say the Chargers. I think they're riding high, and like they're kind of peaking a little too early, to be honest. Like for contender status, in my opinion. But for right now, while they're peaking and they're doing really well, like they're gonna be kind of unstoppable for a minute.
So, the Browns are running game or bust, and I feel like they could establish that running game with Kareem Hunt and its strength. That like the Chargers have a big weakness in stopping the run. Raiders couldn't do shit about it. That's the O-line. But
Let's run up the gut. Oh, let's run
But-
to Joey Bosa.
But that I just think that the Browns running game is just going to be too much for them, to where Herbert might not even see the field a lot.
And that's the thing. You also have a Browns defense that has been playing consistently at a high level.
Yes.
As opposed to the Chargers, they've been their defense has kind of been in and out.
Right.
Yeah, but the Chargers left tackle's been playing well. And Myles Garrett is a little bit quiet when he plays against a good left tackle.
But
this
I think
season.
the Browns have a better secondary than the Chargers.
Well, yeah, but the issue for me comes down to, on a per drive basis, I think the Chargers have a better chance of driving down and scoring more times than the Browns will. Because I don't think Baker is... Like, I think Herbert's better than Baker, and I think their weapons are just comparable enough to where the
Right.
Chargers actually have a really good chance at it.
But I think also, though, the Browns, if they can establish the run game, control the time of possession, and they score.
Yeah, but the Chargers can run the ball with them.
The Chargers can also pass to get back into a game. I don't think the Browns can.
Look, I don't.
It'll be close.
It'll be close. I just think that the running unit for the.
You think they just put it out of reach right away?
Yeah.
I don't think they put it. I think it's gonna be close.
No, yeah.
I also like Stefanski a lot. Okay, now moving down. We've
His
got.
name is his full name. Say his full name.
I don't know what his first name is.
Is it Steve?
I want to say it's like Kevin, but
Yeah.
Kevin. It's Kevin.
Okay, Kevin.
Stefanski.
For some reason, I've been calling him Steve Stefanski. And I've always wondered, like, you got the same name.
Well,
Okay.
thanks
Now,
for this.
let me ask y'all this. 49ers and Cardinals. Do they take their first L? This is a Trey Lance show.
I'm gonna say no because I feel like Trey Lance is gonna have a bad game. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he's gonna have a bad game for his first full game.
I actually see this as a trap game, and I could see the 49ers winning. Just because, like, to me, like, Shanahan has picked Trey Lance, and he's been developing an offense for him, and he's just been waiting. Like, the offense for him is not the offense for Jimmy G.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. The 49ers are a little bit overhyped. That defense is a little bit overhyped. Shanahan is a little bit, like, should I slow my roll down on Shanahan?
No, I think he's that dude.
Although,
I think he's that dude.
He's not clutch.
oh, Shanahan?
Yeah.
But you won't crown Justin Herbert?
I've said that about
Crown
Herbert.
him. Crown him.
I've said Herbert's good.
Crown
No,
Herbert.
crown him.
He
No, I
said,
said
let's
crown
wait
him.
for a second year. I won't say anything. Blah, 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 blah. Crown him.
Crown him.
He's better
I've
than
seen.
Big
I
Ben.
have a.
Say,
bigger,
I crown Justin Herbert.
That's unfair. I have a bigger sample size with Shanahan. He took Matt Ryan to a Super Bowl, and he took Garoppolo to a Super Bowl.
Okay, just fuck Shanahan. I'm talking about Herbert. Do you crown Herbert?
Herbert's nice.
Crown him.
He's nice.
He's
better
better
than
than
Big
Big Ben.
Hey,
Yeah,
is
he's good.
Herbert
He's
top 10?
okay. Yeah. All right, we're pushing. I gotta look at the list. Herbert's up there. Herbert. Chargers, you have your franchise quarterback, and he's better than Rivers.
Ooh.
I don't know about
I
that.
don't know on that one.
No,
Philip
he's
Rivers,
better than
his,
Rivers
his
right
trash talking game, like, nobody will ever
Oh
beat
my
that.
God.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
Come
here we
on.
go. Game of the week. This is the game of the week.
Cowboys and Giants.
Bills,
I'm
Bills and
gonna-
Chiefs. Bills and Chiefs.
Mm.
In Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 2.5.
That-
Bills just smoked the Texans. Now, I know it's the Texans, but they smoked them 40 zip.
Well, they smoke
They gave
bad
them that
teams.
zip line.
They smoke bad teams.
Oh
Except for
man.
I mean,
Look at it. Look,
That was a
one.
Hold on. Is it though? Because they
What?
scored 45, 35, 40 in a shutout against bad teams. Steelers, collectively, among the three of you guys would say they're a bad team.
That's the anomaly.
No, they're
That's
a bad
the
team
anomaly
with
of the
elite
year.
I would say the anomaly is the Packers losing to the Saints. They didn't even. How much did they score? 6?
That could be another anomaly.
That's the anomaly.
No.
I think
They,
that
they're both 1A, 1B.
the reason I'll say the Bills game was an anomaly was because we did not see that offense do anything. Whilst the Steelers have an elite defense, right? The problem is that elite offenses,
a good defense.
they will beat that.
We throw.
They will
too
score
much out
points.
there.
And that to me has been the fluke, is that if you
I
look
haven't
at the
even said
Bills,
that
they
with
look
that.
a lot better.
Hey, heck, I'll tell you, the Steelers defense is better than the Cowboys right now.
Huh?
Steelers defense is better than Cowboys defense.
True.
Okay.
It
I
don't
second
matter
that.
when the
Look,
offense
look.
is scoring 30, 40 points a game.
Look. I have nothing to say
That's-
about the Steelers' defense. Okay. Other than they're solid. They're a playoff defense.
They're an elite defense, to be honest.
There he goes with the elite.
Let's
It's
be
an
careful
elite
throwing.
defense with a
I've
bottom
never
five
even
offense.
said that
Like,
Dak is elite.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, the offense is what's holding you guys back.
Big Ben's washed.
He is.
And Dak is not
So
elite.
you
heard it
finally
from this
crowning
guy.
him as
I
being
no,
washed?
I never said
Hold
he
up.
was elite
Moment of silence.
because I don't throw that. That's a high
You
praise.
crowning him as being washed?
I said
Okay.
it like 3
Wouldn't
times.
that be
this show.
like dethroning or some shit?
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that keep saying, like, should the guy just retire mid-season so that he
Go
still
get
has a
Tommy
chance?
Maddox.
What's the topic? Let's keep going.
Okay, so Bills and Chiefs.
I got Bills 45-20. Bills got a good defense. Mahomes is good, but
45 to 20, bro.
Damn.
Holy
the
shit.
Chiefs have like the worst.
They're gonna
Bro,
put on more points than the Texans.
The Chiefs have one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
I agree, but
If not the
damn, bro,
worst.
45 to 20, like I think I'd be cool with like 45-40. like,
Okay,
damn.
45-30.
No, because Buffalo actually has an elite defense. I think
Yeah.
they're like top 5 right now.
all right,
I
That's one of the best
everybody's
corners.
leading this mess. I mean.
Tre'Davious White's one of the best corners in the NFL.
What? This guy will fucking mumble away from me. Come on,
Anyway, who you got? Bills or Chiefs?
Did you hear what he said?
No, I didn't hear what he said. He literally turns.
Oh,
goes,
my bad. Okay, my bad.
like stares into your eyes and says,
Look at him. Well, really, everybody's elite in his book.
Everybody but the Cowboys, Doc.
They look good, man. They look good. That offense looks...
No warts.
No warts at all.
On the offense? Honestly,
No,
up to
no,
this point,
on
no.
that team.
Huh?
No. I
Oh,
said
yeah,
my
the
words about the
linebackers.
team. Yeah, I
Okay.
said my words about the team.
I was saying
Offensively, no words.
Okay.
Like, they can do whatever. But...
Oh, we're still waiting for their offensive line to get injured. That's
Well,
what's
it has
happening.
been. Dude, Morrison
Lyle
hasn't
Collins
done
is
it for-
not injured.
All right,
That's
back to
why
it. Back, let's bring it back.
Come
Let's
on.
bring it back.
You want to talk about like ridiculous?
Bills and Chiefs. Bills and Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bills too, man.
Well, damn, I was gonna go with the Bills because I thought it was a hot take. Now I gotta take the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, I think the Chiefs do not look great this year, man. They don't look. No. They're okay. Look, their defense started to improve a little bit last year. 2 years ago, their defense was whack. Like we knew that the offense is what was carrying that team. Last year, their defense kind of took a step forward, but now it is the only thing holding them back. The only difference that you see this year, though, is Patty Mahomes' like trickery. It has caught up to him.
No, he's been under pressure.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. But we've seen too many like magic plays from Mahomes, and that's why we all fall in love with him. Love him or hate him. Like we all honestly.
This is the warts reverse.
Yes.
No, I'm disagreeing with you. This is the warts reverse. You're seeing all the bad and ignoring all the good.
No. I'm not ignoring the good. Like the good is still there. We know what the Chiefs
Like
are.
if CEH does not fumble, what's the record right now? 2-2. If CEH does not fumble, he fumbled. Now don't get me wrong. The defense is trash. It's out there. Boom.
Right.
It's up here. Defense is trash.
Right.
But if CEH doesn't fumble, they're 3-1.
If Pat Mahomes doesn't throw one of the interceptions in the Chargers game, they also win that game too.
But and that's kind of what I'm saying is though.
Well, the Chargers is a little bit tricky one.
The thing is though, you're starting to see teams learn how to play against the Chiefs' offense.
Well, hold on though. What have I been saying about the Chiefs the past couple of years? They don't play nobody. The year that they won the Super Bowl, they played like 3 playoff teams. They played the Buccaneers. Or no, that's the year that they lost to the Buccaneers. They played the Buccaneers, they played the Ravens, and I think they played one other team. They played like 3 or 4 playoff teams. That's how it's been every year. All the teams on their schedule, sub 500. When the Raiders, they were, I feel like they were pretty good last year. They lost to the Raiders. They split with the Raiders. They almost lost 2 to the Raiders. Like you should be sweeping that division. The Chargers are up and coming last year. The Broncos, don't even get me started on them. When your division is trash, like it was the past couple of years, now they're a lot better. Mm-hmm. You're going to start seeing them lose a lot more games. They're not going to be seeing 13-5 more often.
Right.
And if you look at all the records, the schedules, they don't play nobody. And it used to piss me off last year when everyone kept saying Steelers haven't played nobody. Who have you beaten? You know, like you didn't blow nobody out. When we blew the Browns out week 5, 35-6, everyone said, "Oh, it's the Browns." Nobody's saying that about the Chiefs or the Chiefs, and that was my issue. Their record was a lot better than what they were. They haven't played no elite defenses, and then whenever they do play them in the playoffs, they choke. The Browns last year choked. Browns this year choked. Bills last year choked. I've always said this about the Chiefs. I don't think that they're as good of a team as we've built them up to be. They're talented, supreme on offense, but I don't think that they're as good.
No, they're the 2011 Packers.
Well,
that's all that they are again.
Well, no, it's more so what's been the head of the snake this past decade? The Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Patriots.
It's like in the NBA, like the Warriors are not the Warriors anymore, right? But that was the head of the snake at one point.
Yeah.
And when these teams started advancing, it's like they did it, but they did it without beating the head of the snake. It's just like with the Chiefs. It's if you're a Patriots fan, it's like, where were you at when we had Tom Brady and we were still rocking? You got to this destination without beating the head of the snake.
What's Patty Mahomes' record in the play? What's Patty Mahomes' record in the playoffs against Tom Brady?
He's never beat him.
0-2.
But and to kind of piggyback
Short
off your
sample
point,
size though.
But to piggyback off your, honestly, Joe makes a damn good point. Like if you look at it, even when they played,
Let's go bull check.
even when they played,
Hickey heck.
even when they played elite teams,
Elite heck.
hey, elite teams. when they play comparable teams, like teams that can play with them, they might win that game. But it's like it's a back and forth. It's a nail biter.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like when they went up against the Rams.
Yeah.
What was it? I think it was 2 years ago when they were both kind of like
Mexico City when they scored like 100 points.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you do see that it's like they beat the teams that they should beat. But then there's times where a lot of times where we think like earlier when they played the Raiders, like the Raiders were on a roll. They're not a bad team, but they're also not. They're also in within the division. So they've been studying the Chiefs. Like Derek Carr has been studying these Chiefs for the past 3 years. But once you get that team that can actually go head to head with you, I'm just saying because he's within the division, like for the past 3 years.
No, I don't know what you mean by that.
What I mean is like within your division, you like in the off seasons and all those things. These are the teams you truly want to beat is within your division because in the regular season, it's like we got to win the division. You got to win the division, like because you don't know your schedule until like what April of like who you're other playing or whatever stuff like that. But what I'm saying within the division, you play them twice a year. You game plan for those people. But what you're starting to see with the Chiefs is now they're starting to play teams that are comparable to their play, that can go toe to toe with them, that can play against them, and you're starting to see the warts within the team, which would be the defense. It's their offense is still their offense, but it's like they're removed from 2 years ago of being that like juggernaut. It's like how are you gonna stop them?
Well, you know the phrase like you have to keep getting better because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse.
Right.
Right? Because everybody else is getting better. Well, the Chiefs ran into that issue where
I
we've
like
seen
that.
the same
I like
problem since they won their Super Bowl. Like last year, we saw it in the defense. The defense towards the end of the year turned it up and was playing better, but and especially in the Super Bowl, they weren't as dominant as like the Bucs defense was towards the Chiefs offense. Mm-hmm. So now going into this year, like in the offseason, they're like, well, the biggest issue we had is we got sacked too many times on backup linemen. So we're going to bolster our O-line. That wasn't your issue. Your issue was the defense. And the Chiefs refusing to address it has made the defense just continue to get worse because it's stagnated from 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then the offense hasn't gotten any better because they haven't added any meaningful pieces to it. And they've lost a bunch of like little role players that meant a lot to that offense.
Can't pay everybody. And it's going to get worse because he's going to be making a decent amount of money next year.
Next year, I think it's a $45 million.
Yeah, I think that's when it really hits.
Or no, I think it was $52 million.
I don't know, but it's at least in the 40s.
Pat Mahomes' career is going to mirror a lot of like what we're seeing out of Aaron Rodgers' career, where he's super talented.
Shit.
He wins one Super Bowl early, and then they just don't do it because look at them. They double down on offense. Offense is not their problem. Defense is the problem.
That could be the case, but I'm going to give you the reason for it, a different reason for it. This is the AFC West. This ain't the fucking AFC East. We are not going to have a New England Patriots in that division.
You're not gonna have a dynasty within.
Yeah, that shit.
That even
never
goes
happened.
to the Raiders.
Yeah, that shit has never happened, and it will never happen because that division always beats up on each other. You can have a bad team like the Raiders last year beat the Chiefs. The Chargers are here, and they're here. Herbert is here. He don't want to crown him, but Herbert is here.
Yep.
The Raiders are here, and that defense defense for the Broncos. The defense for the Broncos is here to play. I'm telling you right now, this will not be a dynasty in the AFC West.
No, definitely
it won't.
Definitely,
it won't.
Definitely not. No, I really like what you said right there. Like I think you put everything in perspective, and that's not means to say that Pat Mahomes is no good or Andy Reid's no good. It's just.
Like, they'll continue to be a Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
They're just not going to make it back.
Yeah.
Because fundamentally, they're not they might say like, hey, we brought these guys in, we improved our offensive line. Well, this is the NFL. It's not about what you did, it's about the results of what you did.
They didn't
Their
pull a
offensive
Sean
line's
McVay.
not playing better.
They didn't pull a Sean McVay and say, we lost the Super Bowl, how can we get better? And he made moves to get better. That's why I believe more in the Rams as being a juggernaut than I do in the Chiefs.
They're about to hit salary cap fucking hell.
But I know, but that's
I was like,
but
they're
that,
gonna be bad
but
for
like
10 years.
But that's the thing is he's going all in, and that's fine. But it also that's kind of what hurts him too is that division. That division is tough to win too, because they beat up on each other.
I was gonna say a probably better comparison would be Mahomes to Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson, they went to the Super Bowl. Obviously, they went twice. Mahomes has gone twice.
Right.
They won one, lost one, and they catered to Russell Wilson, and they got rid of what worked. They're catering to Mahomes right now, and they're forgetting, hey, dude, you need defense. Like, what are you gonna do when you can score 30 points, no problem, but you cannot stop someone from scoring 35? You know.
Yeah.
And I think that's.
What the
Go ahead, sorry.
fuck are we doing?
Oh my god.
Why
dude.
don't like
Sorry,
smash
I'm
the bug
sorry,
all over
I'm
my
sorry.
floor?
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm
I saw an
sorry.
ant.
That was not an ant.
It was
That
a
was
beetle.
huge, and it was coming
It
towards
was
me.
a stink bug,
This is a big ass stink bug.
like the one behind you.
I think his career is going to end up more like Russell Wilson's, man. Like when Russell Wilson lost in the Super Bowl, he lost to a Hall of Fame guy. You know, Brady. When Mahomes lost in the Super Bowl, he lost to Brady. And they went back to back. No one's gone back to back since Russell Wilson. Mahomes did it. I don't think that the Chiefs are going to do anything because when the Seahawks were going to the Super Bowl, who was the other team in that division? It was the 49ers and Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
Once they kind of fell apart, you know, they should have just win the division every year, but they haven't.
Well,
I think that's the Chiefs now. The other teams are catching up in the division.
you've had so with the NFC West, you've had random teams pop up that have been good in little spurts. Like the Cardinals and the 49ers specifically, they'll go through like these waves where all of a sudden, like they're a really bad team, and then they get a bunch of draft picks, hit on them, and all of a sudden their defense is amazing, and their team works.
Like when the 49ers got Nick Bosa, like how does a team that was in the Super Bowl
Maga Bosa.
or a couple like they get Nick Bosa, they go like 0-9 or whatever. They only win like a couple games. They get Nick Bosa, all their team is injured, and then the next year they're in the Super Bowl. You
Yep.
know, it's the inconsistencies. I know a lot of people say that's the best division. I think it's inconsistent. To get back to Mahomes, though, I think that's a better comparison as Russell Wilson, because they went to 2 Super Bowls young, won one, lost one, to Tom Brady, and then he hasn't been back since. Russell Wilson's looked like an amazing quarterback, but I do think you need a well-balanced team to make it back. And right now, and you know this as the Packers, amazing offense, terrible defense. You know, and I don't think that's the recipe. I think you need to have both. So I personally don't buy the Kansas City Chiefs at all.
I'm a huge.
Hold on.
Oh, go
I
ahead, go ahead.
disagree with your comparison because it's very different circumstances and how we haven't seen those quarterbacks come back. So like Russell Wilson, he went to 2, so like that part of the comparison works.
Yeah.
But like fundamentally, like what's happening with his team, like they are not experiencing the same thing. Russell Wilson has never been catered to. They do not go out and get him like offensive talent. The biggest thing for the last decade that they did was when they went and got Jimmy Graham. Old ass Jimmy Graham.
They chose him over the Legion of Boom, which is why I say they catered to him.
But, right, no. They chose him over the Legion of Boom, but they didn't cater to him. They did not help build him an offense. He has not had a good offensive line in years. He consistently does not have a good one. Their run game, outside of Marshawn Lynch when they had him, has been pretty bad. They can't keep running backs that are healthy and, like, consistent. They've been pouring all their resources into the defense, which has kind of kept them competitive. But this last 2-3 years, we've seen Pete Carroll is not making
Jamal
good picks.
Adams is not elite.
Jamal Adams is the most overpaid linebacker playing safety. Like, he's ridiculous.
No tackles for losses up to week 4.
Well,
And that's the fundamental problem, is that, like, the Seahawks, they were like, we're going to continue to build a good team, and Russell, you're here for the ride. Whereas I think the Chiefs are going to do what the Packers did at the beginning of the decade and go, okay, we have an elite quarterback. So as long as we give him just enough, we are going to be in contention for a deep run in the playoffs every year. And actually not cater to him, but just give him random shit. Like, I guarantee he kind of wanted Sammy Watkins to come back over the offensive lineman that they got.
The only difference is I think Andy Reid is a better play caller and a better offensive mind than Fat Boy ever was.
Right.
Cannot argue with that shit.
I was gonna say also though, like,
Hold on, just real quick, to
Right.
kind of counteract his point as far as the Seahawks not catering to Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson had a big part in that, as far as the contract, as far as money, as far as them having to pick Russell Wilson over the Legion of Boom. That created a lot of dead cap space. So they had the inability, because of choosing him and letting other people go, they still had to pay those people well after they weren't even playing. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that sometimes you can't build a team because you have dead cap money, where you're paying a player still, even though they're not on the team.
So, because of a bad coach, like, Pete Carroll did not handle that situation well at all.
No,
Legion
and
of Boom
that's
is completely mad at them because they tried to make Russell Wilson the hero. And here's the other thing. Is
no,
that,
and I'm agreeing with you in that sense.
right, but here's why they're not catering to them. It wasn't a matter of Pete Carroll and the front office picking Russell Wilson over the Legion of Boom. It was the Legion of Boom said, fuck you to Pete Carroll. Because they were sick of his shit.
they were sick of Russell Wilson as well.
They're sick of the both of them, but Pete Carroll has to go with Russell in that case. Why? Because they're against him anyways. So he's going to get rid of a good QB to appease some defensive pieces that, while they're great, they're not something that's going to take you back to another Super Bowl. You have to have the quarterback right. You know what I mean? Like, fundamentally, they picked, no, we don't want to be here anymore. So then Pete Carroll had to get rid of them. That's not picking Russell over them. They were sick of it. They were sick of the fact that Pete Carroll tried to make Russell Wilson into something that he's not. And then because of that, boom, Pete Carroll, it's not even a choice on his part. It's like, do I keep my loyal guys or do I keep my disloyal guys?
Yeah, but in a sense, is what I'm saying, that is like, you get to a point where, you know, it's a double-edged sword. And you have to kind of pick your poison on that. And when you go ahead and you go all in on a quarterback and into, now, the contract himself is not, the contract itself, you can't really blame Pete Carroll. That's based on organization and manager, whatever. Like, he really doesn't have a say as far as numbers. Here in a bit. He doesn't really have a say as far as numbers. But what I'm saying is, like, if you really want a team around you and you want a team to cater to you, in the NFL is the only league where it's like, I'll scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of situation. We can give you a lot of money, but you have to be willing to structure it in a way where it helps us build a team around you.
Right, and what I was going to say, and the reason why I think this is a bit more of a comparison, is because Green Bay's winning because Aaron Rodgers is excuse my language, Aaron Rodgers is a stud, okay?
Best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
I would say there's intangibles he doesn't bring, but if you wanted me to say best ball thrower, I will say best ball thrower.
Best quarterback in the league, yeah.
I mean, certain receivers have never complained about other quarterbacks. Like,
No, I will agree to that.
Greg Jennings was also kind of a bum towards the end. So, like,
What do you mean by that?
Oh, come on. See, that's
explain
just
that.
being biased.
it's the truth.
That-
He was a bum at
he
the
was,
end.
but that you're disregarding everything.
Hold
he
on,
did for
I'm
you.
confused.
Go
Are
ahead.
you saying that he's had receivers talk shit about him?
Yeah.
Rodgers, yeah. Jermichael Finley recently came out. Greg Jennings, and then I think there was one other one. I forget what. It wasn't Jermichael Finley, but it was your other tight end. From
And Tom Crabtree, who
So
Okay, saying what?
they're just saying that he's not a leader.
Oh.
He's
Just
egotistical.
And so, I don't know. Is he the best ball thrower? Absolutely. Is he the best leader? Maybe not. But his ball throwing skills makes up for it. You and I talked off screen about his connection with Randall Cobb. I don't think Randall Cobb's that great of a receiver. But his connection with Rodgers makes him a top tier. You know? And I don't think that
Renfro with it.
I don't think that
Safety Renfro.
Kind of, honestly.
I don't think that Mahomes has that. I think Mahomes has a Hall of Fame tight end. He has arguably one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. They were good before Mahomes got there. The Packers, sure, they were probably pretty good, but how many receivers has Rodgers turned into Pro Bowl receivers? No one would have ever known Geronimo Allison ever existed if it wasn't for him. You know, how many other guys like Geronimo Allison exist because Rodgers is that good? I don't think Russell Wilson makes guys around him better. I think he was the product of his surroundings. Rodgers makes everyone better. And that's why I think Russell Wilson is more accurate to Mahomes, because I don't think Mahomes is making Travis Kelce the best tight end in the NFL. He was already a top 1-2 tight end in the NFL. Tyreek Hill, maybe he was a top 10 wide receiver, but with Mahomes, he is now a top 3. I just don't think that any of the smaller guys around them have picked up their play to say that. Like Rodgers, what was the other guy on your team? Not
Tanyan.
No, MVS.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he would have been a stud receiver on most other teams. He's a stud because he's good with Rodgers. And I think that's why I like, and obviously who cares at the end of the day, who cares what I think, but I think it's a better comparison, Russell Wilson to Mahomes, because I don't think Mahomes is making anyone on that team much better than they already are. Is what I'm trying to say right now.
Well,
the problem
no. Real quick. He's got a point because the Chiefs, even with Alex Smith, were still making the playoffs.
Yeah, but then
but that ceiling
went to the Super Bowl.
No, and that was their ceiling, though. Mahomes took them over that hump.
Right, so he made the players around him improve.
That's
he got
the whole.
guys to improve.
That's the whole.
I think he made it harder to game plan against those guys.
That's the whole Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr. You had a ceiling with Mark Jackson. When Steve Kerr got there, he implemented something that they didn't have, and
Elevated them
to the finals.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, if you take Rodgers off the Packers, we know what they are. Not a good team. You take Mahomes off of the Chiefs. What happened when he got hurt? Pretty sure they went 3-1. When he dislocated his knee.
Oh yeah.
They've been a good team without him. They have a Hall of Fame coach. Rodgers, maybe LaFleur gets there. Rodgers has never had a Hall of Fame coach. He's never had a Hall
Mike
of Fame
McCarthy?
coach.
He's not a Hall of Fame.
Bro, he's a Hall of Shame. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Come on, bro. The Christmas tree, the walking Christmas tree this past week.
So
So stupid.
I do think it's kind of wild. I will say this: like I kind of expected him and I to clash more about the Steelers Packers, but we're clashing on.
Well, I know my team's good. You know your team's bad. So like, we're not mad at each other. Like we understand what it is.
I know the offense is bad. I'll say that.
Okay, look. The bad thing about the Steelers, like as my last thing, is that they're probably gonna ruin themselves and they're gonna win 7 games, and that's the worst thing that you can be. Is needing a quarterback and a middle of the pack team. They're not going to have a good draft pick. They're not going to be able to trade up very easily, and they do not have a backup quarterback that's worth anything, honestly.
But I still think they should try
I
winning.
agree.
They should definitely
now
try. It ain't
once-
going to do them anything, but they should try.
Once you're out of reach, at that point you should probably like, all right, let's see Mason. Let's see Dwayne. Let's see what you got.
Dewey Haskins thoughts.
So,
Whoa.
anyways, you guys have anything else you guys want to add?
No, I mean, damn, we went through a lot.
I'm chilling.
You don't want to go off on the Steelers?
They're just soft, man. I told you guys earlier. Like they need a leader.
Hey Joe, the forum's yours.
Oh,
Take it.
appreciate that. They're just soft. You know, last year they were soft and old. Now they're young and soft. That's the issue right now. But the thing was, last year Pouncey was a dog. He was old. He couldn't block no more, but he was a dog. These guys, they're all soft. You know, they're not untalented. They just don't have a leader. And I don't know if Big Ben ever really was a leader, and now we need him to be a leader. And because I think this is one of the first times in the past, like his whole career, that he was ever team captain. Mm-hmm. I know when Troy Polamalu was on the team and James Harrison, he was never team captain. Because those guys were
He's a
dogs.
team captain this year?
Yeah. Those guys were the dogs. TJ Watt.
What about last year?
What about last year?
He wasn't captain?
I think he was last year as well, but I think those were the first 2 times in his career that he was team captain. But it's pretty bad when this team is struggling more now. And we always thought, like, worst case scenario, they're going to be better than when we had Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph. They're worse than when we had Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph right now. So I think you should just let Big Ben start out the rest and say, hey man, we're gonna pick someone in the top 10.
All right. So quick question, and then we'll wrap it up. Yes or no?
For the fourth time.
Yes or no? Do the Steelers make the playoffs?
No.
No.
I think they have a shot.
Oh my God.
But
There's no way.
here's the thing: there's an extra playoff team, and list off the playoff teams right now. Who do you got?
Bills,
Okay,
Browns.
division leader.
Okay, and then you have
Chiefs
Cowboys.
probably gonna win the division.
Chiefs,
Winner.
Chargers.
Okay.
They're gonna guarantee a wild card spot.
Chargers wild card. So who's the other wild card right now?
Raiders.
See, I don't think so. I think the first 3 weeks that the Raiders played, they played 3 injured teams. They played a
No,
healthy
you
team.
can't
Yo.
do that. You
No,
can't
no,
do
no,
that.
no, no.
Nah.
Hold on.
You can't do that.
If that's the case, I'm gonna say the Bengals.
I would say that's fair.
I think the Bengals take that 7th
What
spot.
about Ravens?
Nah, the Ravens. They've been lucky, dude. Like all the bounces the Steelers aren't getting right now.
Oh, we're just talking AFC.
The Ravens are. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ravens
There's
are
only
getting
the
those.
17 spots.
Sorry.
So
No, no, I
It's like
I
the
was saying,
Cowboys.
no, I
the
was saying
Cowboys
full
win their
playoff
division.
picture.
No.
I was saying
Broncos?
full
No
playoff
Broncos?
picture.
No, they.
Nah, come on.
The Broncos don't. Even if they have, even with Teddy in,
What
he's
about
not
the
an
Bills?
answer at quarterback.
Did y'all say the Bills?
We said the division leaders were,
Oh,
were
okay.
the Bills, the Cleveland Browns, the Chiefs probably, and what's their division? The Titans probably win
Oh,
the
the South?
divisions.
That's an NFC least, by the way. Is that
I
AFC
agree.
South?
How do you miss
They're
the
trash.
Jets? Like the Titans are a better team than
Oh
the
yeah,
Steelers.
no one said the Titans.
I just said the Titans.
Yeah, we all kind of ignored that that little
Yeah.
division because we were like, none of them.
Yeah.
Just
They
none
all
of them.
suck.
I think the Colts are probably the best team out of that, and that's
But they're only
really
1
sad.
and 3.
Don't let Hector you say that he hates Carson Wentz.
Dude, he's better than Dak, so I don't want to hear
Boy,
it.
shut the fuck
You want to know something that's kind of sad? Is that when the Eagles were getting ready to trade Carson Wentz,
If you
I was
truly
thinking,
believe that, get off this show.
I was thinking
What?
because I think
All
Carson.
right, I'm
Wentz
out
is
of
better than
here.
Dak.
Who?
Carson Wentz is better than Dak. Get out of here. I've
He
been
is.
saying it for.
I think he's got more talent.
Oh my god.
I think he's got more talent. He's just
Oh
been
my
injured.
god.
Hector was like on such a high note. Now he's so
Oh
mad.
my god. You guys are so stupid right
I don't know, man.
now.
I like.
They're just saying shit to piss me off.
Dog, Carson Wentz was so talented. He sprained
Was,
both
was,
his ankles at
was.
the same time.
What?
Where's Dak with that bullshit on?
Here are the teams in front of Pittsburgh. Kansas City,
Division winner.
Yep.
Division winner.
Denver,
Maybe.
Baltimore. Baltimore.
I'd
Yeah.
put him up there.
See, I don't think Baltimore's
Raiders.
good right now.
Raiders are
Tennessee.
questionable.
Tennessee.
Okay.
They might win their division.
Someone AFC North or AFC South team
Yeah,
is what
there
I'm
we
saying.
go. That placeholder.
Buffalo,
That's
Yes.
a division winner.
Chargers,
Yes.
They're gonna make it,
Bengals.
I don't think the Bengals make it.
bro. I think
So,
they could.
But that's
I
what I'm
think they
saying
can make
though.
seven.
Is who are the
So
wild card
so you guys
teams
said
above
you
the
guys
Steelers?
were iffy on Bengals and Raiders.
Yeah. I think
That
Raiders.
leaves Pittsburgh in 8th place.
That's a wild card.
Nope.
Seven.
Oh,
Seven.
that's one out from a wild card. Okay.
Which means you gotta beat the Bengals, but you can't.
We will split, so we will split with the Bengals. That's how it's always been. They'll beat us no matter how good we are.
That's
they'll
when
beat
Big
us.
Ben was good though, bro. Like,
But-
that's not a
We'll
guarantee.
revisit. We'll revisit.
They'll go 7-10.
You guys are
They'll
going
beat the
2 and
Bengals.
3 this week.
This week.
You
How,
guys,
how you guys?
He wishes he could go 2-3.
How are we gonna? Oh, this week.
you guys will go up to 2 wins.
I think we beat the Broncos. We'll probably beat the Bears. There's a few teams on there.
Okay, 3
They're-
and 3.
There's optimism here. I don't think the Ravens are better than the Steelers right now. I think they've had a lot of lucky breaks. That game against the Lions, as a specific one, they should have lost that one. They should be 2 and 2 right now.
Broncos this week.
Justin Tucker is the GOAT, dog. Like,
Broncos.
I do not disagree.
Broncos this week. Seahawks next week. Then Browns. Then Bears. Then Lions. Then Chargers. Then Bungles. Then Ravens. Then Vikings. Then Titans. Chiefs. Browns. Ravens.
Are the
I don't-
Titans good?
I don't like their that schedule. They're not gonna do very good.
They do have one of the most difficult schedules in the NFL. I will say that. So if they don't make it because they have the most difficult
It's the
schedule,
NFL's fault.
no, it's Big Ben's fault right now.
Okay.
It's all his fault. You
All right.
know.
Well, I just want to say, I just want to end the show by saying Jalen Hurts is better than Dak. Later, y'all.
Oh my
Good night.
god. Later, y'all.